One of the things I wanted to send my kids off to college with was a bunch of recipes, aside from a whole whack of money, which goes without saying. I came up with this, unfortunately not in time for them to go to college, and then I thought I might dust it off for my grandson when he came along. It starts with fresh basil and coriander. We have chipotle peppers, the smoked jalapenos in adobo sauce. Can of tomatillas, Mexican oregano, just because it's delicious. It's southern Italian pasta, I think, and it sort of looks like a rope if you look closely. So they called it strozzopreti, which means priest strangler, really. No reason except it's funnier than macaroni. The cheese, the important part, goat cheese and queso fresco, soft Spanish cheese. And then we have these lovely festive crushed tortilla chips for the crust. I like to start with the sauce and get it on the stove and cooking down a bit, which means the tomatillos go in the blender. A little bit of juice, and that's fine. One chipotle pepper, not too large because they're hot. The fresh basil and coriander, the lid, and puree. And then it goes in the pot, and it goes on the stove. So the next step is to start making the cheese sauce. This is half a stick of some butter and all-purpose flour, and we melt that down a bit, and then we put in the milk. And we get that nice and mixed. So next goes in the cheese. While that's getting finalized, I've made some black beans here with broth. Beef broth, low sodium beef broth. I put in a chipotle pepper, and then we'll just make sure the tomatillo sauce is working away. And at this point, I'd like to add the oregano. I put it in the cheese. I could have put it in the tomatillas. Suit yourself. Okay, so now we just assemble the dish. I've got some pasta already cooked. It's about 250 grams. The cheese goes on, and it goes on quicker if you use a spoon. Then you have a layer of green, and then thin layer of beans. We have our festive little crust. And it goes into the oven, which I have preheated to 350. Okay, 10 minutes, should be done. Put it there. You can see like how gooey the cheese is, and we've got to keep that stuff on top. A little bit of chopped jicama for crunch and flavor, a whack of sour cream, and then you roll up the tortilla and you sort of do that. And that is my best shot.